Good evening and welcome to the evening show with Ben Ferguson. I'm Amber Shannon, and tonight we welcome local filmmaker Daniel Bollag along with his co-director Remy Phillip. And later we have a very special guest appearance by a mystery guest who will be appearing in our second episode ever of Pine Valley Medical. But first, please put your hands together for the most amazing person in the world, Mr. Ben Ferguson.
Thank you, Amber. What an introduction that was. I like that. Anyway, thank you all for coming. Happy New Year to everybody, and what a way to start off a new year. We have an incredible show. We have, as Amber mentioned, Daniel Bollag. He's a local filmmaker. He grew up in New York, studied out there for film, and decided to come out here and fill all of our heads with all of his knowledge. And I've seen a couple of his films, and they're very, very good. In fact, a couple of them are being entered into this year's Santa Barbara Film Festival. So he's also here with his co-director, and we're going to talk to them about what it takes to make a film and how they write it and produce it and all that. It's going to be exciting. And he's also going to be in the second episode of Pine Valley, and from what I understand, he's not going to have a very easy time of it. So that's going to be really pretty fun to watch. Anyway, as Amber mentioned, we have a mystery guest, and that mystery guest is also going to be in Pine Valley, and we're going to talk to he or she after the Pine Valley episode, and I guarantee you'll recognize he or she. So we have an amazing show tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back with Amber Shannon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another fine edition of the evening show. We're here with Amber Shannon. Hello, Amber.
Hello, Ben.
A couple shows ago, she had some things that she brought on, what she does for the holidays and makes all the kids happy. And apparently, something happened during the holidays. Do tell.
You know, my holidays are always consisted of traveling and seeing as many people as we can at once. And so
You travel from here to Phoenix?
every single time.
Okay.
So the kids have never actually had a Christmas at our own house. It's
Right.
always at my parents' house. But every single year it seems like we get sick. And it's becoming our new holiday tradition. And it's terrible. Remember how we were talking about holiday traditions?
Right,
Well, this
right.
is not one that I wanted to put on the list.
Oh,
so,
man.
So this last time, of course, second day
So
that we're
Liam,
there.
did he start it? He seems like trouble.
Oh, he is trouble. He's always been trouble.
So who got
But
sick?
he's also a doll. It started with me, unfortunately, and then Liam got sick as well because he ends up in my bed every single night. Joke's
And that's
on you,
gonna
little
spread
boy.
shit.
So he got sick,
Yeah.
and anyway, he ended up with a double ear infection. We were in, urgent care.
Urgent care, that's right.
Yes, another urgent care. I'm starting to know all of them and their
Right.
locations.
Well, good thing we're starting Pine Valley then.
Yes.
Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I'll be really good with it. And it's funny, actually. One of the posters in there was in that room. So,
Really?
yeah, it's a good one. But
But anyway, you got through the holidays.
got through them, and it was great. You know, it was lovely. It's great
Yeah.
no matter what, but boy, I'm sick of getting sick.
Yeah, I was sick, and I'll get into that in just a minute. I have a little story behind that. I'm kind of a germaphobe. Not kind of, I'm a big-time germaphobe. This is what I wanted to show you. 'Twas the night before Christmas. Now, and this is Amber's lovely family. Everybody looks so rested, except you look like you're still in And Then There Were None, or whatever that play was that you were
Well,
in.
I'm sick.
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh, yeah.
So you're just trying to hang in there for
You
the
know,
photo?
Yeah. The only one who's not sick here, actually, the ones on the end, they're not sick.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah.
They will eventually get sick. You just can't tell from the
That was
picture.
a good photo, though. Everybody enjoyed that. Hey, you knew this was coming. Now, here's my thought. This is your wonderful husband.
Yes.
And I saw that picture, and I'm thinking, here's what I think. I think you guys happened upon that, and then you put some seaweed on the top and claimed it as yours.
How did you know?
Did you do? Is that what happened?
No.
You built it?
My husband is brilliant at sand art, and this one he let me do, so
It's
it's
like a
not
cake,
as nice.
though, right?
Yeah, it's not as nice as it normally would be because I had a hand in it.
Right. Did you do the seaweed on the top?
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be a cake.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you gathered that.
It's just lovely.
Thank you.
Yeah, we were talking about how wonderful you both look and how some people really don't need makeup and what they look like before they put makeup on. And we asked Amber to be nice enough to take a picture for today before she put her makeup on. So you can barely tell. I mean, this is before, right?
That's me.
I'm just kidding.
That's
So
me,
what
all
is it?
natural.
Is this Halloween or what?
Yes.
Yeah.
I tried to be Beetlejuice.
Was that
No
right?
one could tell what I was. Someone thought
Right.
I was a crackhead.
Yeah. You don't look crack. You
It's
look like a dead
unfortunate.
girl.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Well, I'll take that.
Yeah. No, I dated a dead girl for 3 years. She wasn't dead. Anyway, real quick, Liam. We talked about Liam. I gave him trouble. I like Liam. Liam, we had that picture of him as he was behind the wheel, right?
Yes.
And so somehow he got kind of famous because we sent our crack reporters over to do an interview with Liam, and he wasn't going to have any of it.
Oh.
This is Liam saying, no, stay away from me. This is he takes really good photos.
I agree. He really does, every single time.
I mean, this is beautiful.
He does that a lot because he's like, this is real. He's like, no more.
Right.
Enough now.
Right.
But yeah, he's so photogenic.
I want to tell you real quick about my holiday. I went to South Korea as part of my holidays, and I decided to, a friend of mine was with me and decided it'd be funny to push me over to the North Korea side. You know, I think that'd be great. So it was okay. Here's what happened. Kim Jong-un, as he's here with the hot poker, that really didn't hurt very much. The other gentleman here that's electrocuting the cage, I'm not going to lie, that hurt. But anyway, it was a language barrier, and we didn't understand each other, and after a while, it was a couple hours later that we decided everything was okay, and he gave me an autographed picture, and I was able to get back. But one thing I wanted to mention real quick, too, we're talking about germaphobe. This is a true story. So I'm in the airplane, right, and everybody's boarding, and I'm reading a book called 1666. Because of our DNA show previous to this, I'm a lot British in me, and I want to hear about 1666. It's called 1666, War, Plague, and Hellfire. So I'm reading about the plague and what these poor people went through, and how they got the chills, and they had a fever, and their bones and their muscles ached for 3 days, and they hurt so bad they couldn't sleep. And I'm reading this thing, and right then, somebody's putting a suitcase up in the overhead, so I got this little kid, Liam's age, right, staring right at me. He looked like a kid from the 30s, you know, one that just was brought down from heaven to destroy me. The guy's looking at me like this, and he goes, and about 10 times, and I'm like looking at the dad, like, are you going to, tell your kid to, so I got the book, and I'm like, fanning him, right?
That's a good idea.
In the next 6 days, I've never been so sick in my life.
No.
But I remember this kid, and he came to Santa Barbara, so anyway, they're telling us we don't have any more time. Those are my holiday stories, and I'm glad everybody well at the Amber's house?
Yes, everyone's alive and well now.
Yes, and I'm back safe and sound, and we have a big show, so we're going to get to that in just a minute. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Let's bring out our two guests, our filmmaker Daniel Bollag and his co-director Manny Phillip. Come on out, gentlemen. Daniel, I've heard many things about you from our previous guest, Janelle O'Dare. She was just a delightful lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful actress.
Yeah, incredible. I just watched it. You were nice enough to send me one of your movies, Group Therapy.
Yes.
Which and she was incredible in.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
She has quite a range, and I mean, we've been blessed all around with these local actors. Some of the local theater actors in Santa Barbara have made quite a jump to the big screen.
Right.
We've been very lucky to work with them and frankly to discover them, because it's very difficult for an independent filmmaker to find that kind of a talent, in a micro budget.
Right. You're from New York, and you went to school and studied at the Academy of Film.
Yes.
In New York.
Correct.
And I've been in New York just for about a week, and I noticed the people were totally different. It was great. There's two types of New Yorkers. There's the kind of the successful, edgy, smart, and the other ones are talking about, this pizza's garbage.
Right.
And the two people,
Right.
But anyway, the people that I met there were extremely nice. When you came out here, did you find them a little bit different, the actors, or the
Yeah.
intensity or anything? Or?
Yeah, I mean, people are a lot nicer here.
Right.
First of all, there seems to be much less of an ego involved here. I mean, again, I have no experience in the big budget movies in the industry, but what I've seen so far in terms of the local talent has been just a pure work ethic, and it seems to be that a lot of the artists locally here, they look at film as an art, as a medium, as opposed to an industry or a business, which to me is pole opposite to the way it went down in New York, or the way it probably is in Hollywood, when the main objective is money as opposed to
being in business versus it being an art.
Correct. I mean, we're just here to tell a story.
Right.
Which we try our best to do, but the actors have to incorporate the character and really have to become the person.
Right.
So, the real sacrifice is with them. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I can write something and turn on the camera, but if the actors don't bring their souls,
Sure.
and their experiences, the audience knows it's not
Right.
authentic.
I want to go back. I read about you. I like your story. You're a commodities broker in New York, and all of a sudden you had this passion of doing what you're doing now. Somebody dropped dead in your office, and you thought, maybe a better idea to do it now rather than later.
Correct.
It's similar to my story. Not that I'm doing movies or anything, but there was a time, this is a true story, I was home with the flu one day, and I watched Oprah was still on, and Oprah said, if you're not doing what you want to do, you're blowing it.
Right.
And right then I'm like, holy crap, I don't want to be 80 years old going, I blew it.
Correct.
So, I mean, it's amazing. I love that story, and that you're here doing it. And the poignant movies you're making, they have a social connection to everybody. You have a message that you're telling. So what we have a couple pages, not the best of pictures, the best I could do though.
Sure.
So the first one that you had, the identical.
Correct.
Right. And then, so the next one you actually had a story. Now this is a little personal to you, right? The blood ganja?
Yes, correct. This was more an expose on what was going on locally with the local marijuana movement.
Right.
With there were some people that were really local heroes and had helped a lot of sick people and were targeted for election purposes.
Well, didn't several years ago the feds would come in and bust everybody up?
Correct,
And, right.
correct. Killing, pets and just,
Right.
I mean, it was incredible. I mean,
And you knew somebody that was directly involved with that?
yes, one of the people at the forefront of the movement, Joshua Braun, and he was sort of used as a pawn
Right.
because it was election time and, to pretend they're cleaning up the streets.
Sure.
Yeah, so we made that movie. We shot it in one day. Post took a couple of weeks, and we just put it out for free because it had a message.
And then you had your pop-up film thing we're going to talk about in
Correct.
just a second. But this movie here, a Rabbi Priest and then Ex-Guma, this is when Janelle came.
Yes.
And this is the movie that we talked about, and I watched the movie. And it
Okay.
was such a cool movie. I mean, the nice thing about, one of the things is it's a local movie, so every scene you're like, I know where that is. And then I knew some of the actors in there. One guy I didn't even know he was an actor. And he was I can't remember his name, but it was a really good movie. It all came together at the end, and it was really nice.
Well, we tried to take a lot from the actors' real lives. In other words, we had the script, but until we casted the film, we didn't create the final script. So we took from the personal lives of the people that were actually in the movie. We had an actor from New York come in.
I want to hear about the bank.
The bank.
Who
Sure.
who let you use the bank?
Well, the magic of movies.
Right.
I mean, the bank was just set up in my living room.
I got you. Okay, I like it. I'm going to watch it again now.
Yeah.
So what you're saying about the characters is really interesting. You have your thoughts of the characters, and then you give it to an actor, and he has to put it through his experiences and his filters, and he creates a whole nother.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time with the individual actor as a human being and find out what they've been through and try to tailor the part and
So you do
the
a
script.
little therapy with them first to find out what part they're
exactly.
going to be good for.
Well, I want authenticity more than anything.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. I hadn't even thought of that. Speaking of therapy, so I just saw that I saw this movie a couple days ago, and this movie actually just kind of gave me a slap in the face at a couple of different points in it. I was like, wow, and it was kind of like a rabbi and a priest, in essence that everything came together at the end in a really good way, that you would not see it. I mean, with the LSD and all the crazy things that were happening here.
Right.
But at the very end, it was a very positive movie. That's really nice.
Yeah, well, we're trying to take a road that is original, even though obviously every story's been told already. And that can be hard because people don't know what to do with it. But I think if you have a good message behind it, and again, if you have actors that really put their heart and soul into it, the audience can tell.
Yeah.
It makes a difference.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, well, so far, do you plan on ever maybe writing a movie, just pure entertainment? Just a comedy?
No.
Or? No.
No, I mean, any art I produce, whether it's painting or film
has a
or
reason
whatever
for
it is, like any artist, I'm trying to work out what's inside of me.
Right.
And if
Well, that's a lot deeper than what our Pine Valley skit here. I absolutely love it. I mean, I can sit back and think of these silly little things, but that's as deep as I go. But everybody's different, and that's what makes up,
You see, you think that they're not going deep, but probably at some point in the future you'll realize.
Well, everything I do, I want to do it better the next time. So you're right. You just you keep climbing the mountain. All of a sudden, you can't get to the top without going these steps here, which I'm finding out anyway.
Yeah.
And you're nice enough, both of you, to be in our Pine Mountain, our episode coming up here. One more picture. This goes back to, was it like a 50s party you guys went to?
Yes.
And this is your lovely wife?
It's my lovely wife, Yumi,
Yeah,
who I love dearly, my muse.
that's cool. Well, that's why you do so well, because you have her at home.
That's right. And I have him.
So Daniel, I had a question. You're from Israel.
Yes.
And you came over here 3 years ago, and you're a huge part of your organization. Tell us what parts do you play, and what have you? I'm sure you brought something from Israel that you learned there to enhance this whole organization.
I started as a kind of editor on set, and then I become part of the whole film. I end up co-directing and editing the film.
So editing is one of the most important parts of the movie. I mean, you really tell the story.
Yeah,
Through his
it's,
eyes.
It's very it's very important part of him that when
Right.
you try to structure and restructure the whole story, because a lot of time when you are editing the film as it was supposed to be,
Right.
doesn't work. Like 90%. So
The movies that I just recently saw, the Rabbi and the Group Therapy, I watch for things like that now, because I'm doing little bits of things here and there, and it was amazing. It was incredible. It's beautifully done, both movies, the editing.
Well, the fact of the matter is that we wouldn't have been able to make any of these movies if many wouldn't have come to guide us and help us.
And are you working on anything right now?
Yeah, we have a new one in pre-production called Mary on the Lam.
Mary on the
It's
Lam.
about a drifter, a female superhero that saves the world from a villain, which, fingers crossed, Christopher Lloyd will play. So
Wow.
we'll see.
Well, if you need an extra, give me
Well,
a
we
call.
will need a doctor.
Well, I happen to be one. All right, gentlemen, we're going to walk out and go up to the Pine Valley thing and start the skit. I really appreciate both of you being here. Very nice meeting both of you. Yeah, I'd like to learn from you guys. So come on here, let's just go down here and find out all the other actors that are waiting for us. Come on, Oscar. Now, show right over here. This is where we're going to do one of the scenes. We kind of turn the kitchen into a procedure room. And then say hi to everybody in here. This is Donnay. This is Shannon. That's Lauren. Of course, you know Amber. And right around here is we've kind of transformed the TV station into the Pine Valley Medical. Pine Valley Medical.
Pine Valley Medical. Oh, hello, Mrs. Hofstede. You are in luck. Dr. Ferguson is in his office. I'll transfer you now.
Dr. Ferguson? Yes, who's this? Mrs. Hofstede. Look, I know that you and my father were very dear friends, and I know that I did tell you to come see me any time at no charge, but I just can't keep taking your phone calls. You call me 4 and 5 times a day, and I just don't have time for my patients. It hurts when you do what? Well, then don't do that. Listen, call back and schedule an appointment anytime with Miss Potter. Goodbye, Miss Hofstede. Miss Potter, absolutely never, ever again do you send me another call for Mrs. Hofstede. And I mean it this time. How's my day looking?
You have a man-bunectomy procedure in 20 minutes with Connor Wyman. Why is this no charge?
Oh, God, I forgot about that. I went to school with his father, Bill, very, very close friend of mine. He quit his practice and joined a band. Anyway, he called me the other day and said his son came home from 2 years of college wearing a man bun. He's a millennium baby that used to get hugs and trophies just for showing up. Didn't even need to win.
What? Didn't even need to win? I don't understand.
Don't even try to, Miss Potter. Hey, how's our Hollywood celebrity appendectomy doing?
Oh, Daniel Bollag. I'm afraid I just received word from a nurse on the 5th floor that he appeared to be inebriated.
Inebriated?
Has been, harassing the nurses.
Search his room at once.
She said they did. Nothing but 45 bouquets of flowers and a bag of oranges a fan brought to him.
Bring me the bag of oranges.
Yes, this is Miss Potter from surgery. Dr. Ferguson would like you to bring him the bag of oranges found in Mr. Bollag's room. Thank you.
Hi, I'm with the traveling nurses.
Oh, hello there. Welcome. We've been expecting you. You're to fill in for Nurse Vanderbilt for 3 days.
You know, I've yet to meet Dr. Ferguson in person, but I read a very nice article in the Pine Valley Herald this morning about his generosity with the less fortunate here in Pine Valley. Miss Potter, may I ask you, is Dr. Ferguson single?
Yes, and with good reason. I'm afraid he has a wandering eye with his, well, wounded female patients.
Says there is captive audience. You're kidding.
I wish I was.
That's awful. Now, I'm glad I'm only here for 3 days.
Well, here's your first procedure. Connor Wyman. He's just outside. Take him to room 4 and Dr. Ferguson will be right there.
Thank you. Connor Wyman? Hi there, right this way.
Oh, Dr. Ferguson.
Yes.
This is our new pathologist, Dr. Loar-Cote.
Well, hello, doctor. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Well, thank you. Welcome aboard. Where on God's green earth did we find her?
Compose yourself, Doctor. Pretty thing. Seems a pity the poor dear has to take out pieces of organs from human bodies all day.
Yeah, she seems to do it quite efficiently.
Now, what makes you say that, Doctor?
You didn't see her take a little piece of my heart when she walked by? Oh, thank you, nurse. I'll take those. As I expected, these things have been injected with vodka.
Nurse, come back here. Come see my scar.
Mr. Bollag, you have had appendectomy surgery less than 6 hours ago, and you're clearly drunk.
I'm not drunk. You're drunk.
Okay, sir, I'm not drunk.
Where's my nurse? Where's my oranges?
First of all, she's not your nurse, she's Pine Valley's nurse. And no more oranges for you. You've got to get back in bed. You've just had major surgery. Mr. Bollag, please behave yourself while you're here at Pine Valley.
Is there a KFC around here?
Oh. I want you to take him back to his room. He should be passed out in a matter of minutes. And when he is, I want you to switch out his IV bag with 50 milligrams of liquid Klonopin. And when he wakes up late tomorrow evening, they'll discharge him.
Yes, doctor.
Good luck.
Did you want to see my scar?
Hello there, Connor. Dr. Ferguson. You know, your father and I were pretty close chums back in medical school.
Right. Wait, what?
Never mind, son. Go ahead and lean forward for me. Wow. How did this thing get so bad?
Well, I've been living in Santa Cruz for the past
That's enough,
2
son.
years.
That's all I need to hear. Nurse, I need some hemostats, a scalpel, and some dressing, please. Thank you. Lean forward, please. Thank you.
Is this gonna hurt, doctor?
You're going to feel a slight jab on your lower rib cage.
What? Ow! Oh!
That's just a reminder, never let it get this bad. Okay, stay still, son. And prepare for removal. And that ought to do it.
Do I get to keep it, doctor?
No, son, this will be destroyed. Now, a couple things for your aftercare needs. Make sure you tell your father I said hello, and do me a favor and go home and throw away those trophies.
Yes, doctor.
Good luck, son. Well, thank you, nurse. You're going to be here for the next 3 days. I thought maybe perhaps...
No.
Well, after lunch, there's a seminar.
No. No.
Well, thank you, nurse.
Well, Doctor, I think Nurse Samario likes you. Perhaps you should ask her out sometime.
Miss Potter, when I started here at Pine Valley Medical, I swore an oath that I wouldn't fraternize with any of its employees. And I planned to adhere to that.
You struck out, didn't you?
Miserably. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back from another Pine Valley episode. Thanks for hanging in there for that.
I think it went really well.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we went a little long and we had some, like Shannon and Donnay, I think her name was. I think they had to hang out for a while, but boy, that was fun.
It was so fun.
And how about bringing the mystery guest?
Oh, I'm so excited to reveal the mystery guest.
Yeah, she didn't work real well for me during the Pine Valley episode.
Oh, really?
Well, apparently something you had said, but anyway, we'll find out more later. Let's bring her out. Ladies and gentlemen, please bring out our mystery guest, Miss Dominique Samario.
Hello.
So good to see you. Hi there. Have a seat.
Mystery guest. I love
And when I saw you out in the nurse's outfit, I'm like, wow, there she is.
We need to like take that home. Wait, that sounds very bad, but I mean,
Yes, it did.
it
Anyway.
was a fabulous prop.
Yeah,
That's what I'll go with.
thank you very much for coming. That was fun.
Aw,
and
thanks for
being
having
part
me
of
back
this.
on.
Yeah, and you're going to be able to come back periodically and tell us what's going on.
I am keeping my word, and you are keeping your word to let me come
Of
back
course
and visit,
I am.
which is so sweet.
I have some pictures.
Oh dear God.
Now, I know that you and your
Here we go.
husband and your darling little boy moved to Santa Barbara.
We did. We moved back into Santa Barbara.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you're right in the heart of things. You're right where you told me, right? Right in
Yeah.
right
Oh,
smack
yeah.
dab in the middle of it.
Yes.
Did
I'm
you
so
guys when did
grateful.
you guys start working at Starbucks? Did you
Whatever. You know, to live in Santa Barbara, people have to take on second
Second
jobs
job,
often. So,
I want you- I want you to
then
look
you get
at-
free coffee.
I want you to look at the espresso bean here. Look at his face. He's like, guys, what are we doing?
that.
Look at
that
your
my
son's
son
face.
is like, are you embarrassing me again, Mom?
That's
I tell
exactly
him,
what
this
it
is what
is.
I told him my job is. To be unfun and to embarrass you for the rest
Well,
of
I
your
think
life.
he's finally grasped it.
And it's working.
But speaking of fun though, now this one I liked. Now is this Thanksgiving?
Oh my God. No, this is actually, I'm like, what is this? So
I had
this
to pay someone for this one.
You did. I mean, I am focused on that football game right there. I've got like a team. This team is fifth graders.
You're
in
scaring
case
the
you're
guys
wondering.
next to you.
I'm actually scaring the fifth graders. So on our lunchtime, we
Yeah.
go and volunteer for a thing called Lunch Bunch, and it's with
You get
United
to play
Way.
football lunchtime?
Yeah, I mean, everybody needs to have lunch recess. I've decided. We played I learned a new frisbee game. Obviously, a very intense game of
The
touch
ultimate
football.
frisbee with the golf?
Anything I play is ultimate.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Yeah.
no kids were injured. But it was really fun. I'm glad you found that.
Well, I'm kind of playing with that, but then we have those perfect pictures that you always take. And now look at this.
Oh.
Now, this is, I don't know how you do it, but it's right off of Family Circle or Women's
that's
Day.
actually
Or,
really good because that's just from my mom's cell phone.
is that right?
Yeah, and does sum up my son because
Yeah.
I'm probably embarrassing him again.
Yeah.
But this was really fun. This was at the Parade of Lights. We do a little Santa's Village.
No, it's
and,
wonderful.
And he's a little teddy bear.
His little face.
Now he gets from
adorable.
January on, he's going to breathe a little bit, right?
I know, he's like, give me a break, Mom.
Were you guys
Come
out
on."
dancing for here?
Oh my gosh. So this is in one of his happier moments, boogieing down on the dance floor.
He
We
looked
went
like
to
he
a-
finally cut loose.
He
a
went to
little.
a family wedding, and that kid, I mean, up till midnight, I couldn't stop him. But everybody's got to live a little. So
That's right.
after all that embarrassment.
And it's cool. And we always have the absolute very perfect picture.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's my little
Well, this is
fan.
absurd how perfect it is. It really is like
It
you're
is
taking pictures from a
perfect.
magazine. or
Can
something.
I
Oh
tell
my
you a pretty
gosh.
cool tidbit?
Isn't that nice?
That's on auto timer.
No
I
way.
swear to you, I got
What
this
kind
new
of camera is it?
camera. That is on a Nikon, and I was all stoked. That was my early Christmas present,
Mm.
and I'm all, Robert, we're going somewhere nice. Let's take a picture. It's prompt on a thing, self timer.
Right. How many
And
times
he's
did you have to
actually
run over
looking.
to do it?
I set it where it went off 10 times.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I'm all just keep
Yes.
smiling. It kept flashing, and so I think Dominic was just scared into submission. But that Christmas card, right?
We need to learn how to do that when we do the Pine Valley. thing.
Yeah.
Just
I'll,
keep zzz, zzz, zzz.
I'll teach you that
Yes.
one. Thank you for
Dominic,
having me
yes,
on,
and
though.
how much more school do you have before you're ready to
Just a year and a half.
year and a half? Okay, good.
Yeah.
You'll keep us up to date?
Absolutely.
All
I
right.
appreciate you
Thank
having
you.
me back.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you very much. We will see you soon.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dominique Samario.